Hey guys, welcome back to Valley of the Old Farm. In mid-autumn, and we're just running down here to field 64 to see if we can't give it a quick shot of fertilizer. Everything has started to pop up out of the ground. So we're going to put a second coat of fertilizer on it. At least I think it's a second coat. Hey John, what's up? We're also going to help Roy with his sunflower harvest. Hey Rob. Take a nice drive through the countryside. Made a nice cool profit already on our big grass field. Roy, or not Roy, but Sean baled it and sold the hay bales and gave me a cut of the proceeds as kind of a basically landowners. You know, I basically leased the right for him to farm off of that. So I got, I don't know what percentage I got, but I got a nice cut, that's for sure. We're made $10,000 on that. It only cost me, I think, $1,000 in fertilizer. Hey, Sean, I haven't seen you in quite a while. Turn. But John, I'll let you know if I hear of one that's got an opening. Hey Mervin, what's up? We're going to help Roy with his sunflowers, but I don't know which field he wants to start in. Seeing if I can't just get this fertilized super quick before he's ready. We also, before we started to stream, I fertilized 86, and I fertilized our 2 grass fields because they also had some hay taken off of them since we were last on. Oh, I may not have caught you there, Sean, because it was probably during a period where I was trying to explain the grazing stuff, and I didn't want to get distracted. Which, by the way, I got a new copy of the script today. Tested it out, and the issues that we were seeing on the stream with when you fed the sheep hay and the pasture grass was still getting consumed down, that's all been fixed. And I think if all goes well, CCS 101 may be uploading that to FS UK for testing tomorrow, possibly, maybe. One of those things where it's not done until it's done. But he's told me that he's going to add the FPS mod, one that reduces the clip distance on things in sheds. So or less apt to have frame problems when they're at a farm that's got lots of implements and stuff. Right, we did. Let's ask Roy. The intention is yes. The way I understand it is the mod is supposed to be one that you drop in your mod folder, but then you also do a little bit of map prep, kind of like Chop Straw, where if you were playing on a map that didn't have Chop Straw, you would have to go in and kind of do a little bit of prep on the map and also put Chop Straw in your mod folder. It's just that CCS 101 just embedded it into the map, so you don't have to add it to a mods folder. So I would expect it to be available. Real Logger is the actual mod author of the grazing mod, and he seems to release stuff over at Mod Hub, Giants Mod Hub. So I would expect it to show up there at some point. Now, CCS 101 has tried to explain to me how to install it, but he loses me after about the 5th word. It has to do with drawing parallelograms on the pasture area and creating kind of creating a field definition, but not really. And you got to paint some stuff. All right, I'll just take your word. That's how you do it. Let's see. Let's do it this way. So other than having to do a field definition, it's similar to what you would have to do if you were there. Where did Roy go? I see Roy. Oh, he's over at field 24. I guess that's where he wants to start. Hey, Dakota, yeah, we're going to be doing some sunflower harvest. This thing. Oh, he's in voice chat, but his mic's not working. Let's see here. Let me jump somewhere else and see if this can hear me. Hey, do y'all hear me? They don't hear me, but they may not be around. channel. Let me exit Discord and bring it back up. Maybe that'll work. Hey, Jonathan, what's up? Did you hear me? Check, check. Check 1, 2. Oh. Close. That. Listen a little. Let's have fun and do it this way. Hey Joe, what's up? Oh, it's going pretty good. We're on Valley of the Old Farm again. Oops, I'm missing some of that. Just harvesting Roy's sunflowers. No, I don't hear you. Roy doesn't have a sunflower or a corn or row crop header, and I do. So we entered into an agreement where I'll harvest his sunflowers. He'll do the carting, and basically he'll pay me some money. I think we had it. I think we agreed on $1,200 for the 2 fields. Alright, what's the question there? Oh, I like the map pretty good. You know, I think I liked the map when it first came out. And, but I just didn't have the, I didn't really have the opportunity to play it. Didn't really have the motivation to play it in single player. But in multiplayer, I had that opportunity, so here we are. Love to be able to play any of the maps that I look at on a weekly basis, but really there's just not enough time in the day to do that. You kind of got to cherry pick them and figure out which maps you really like. At least that's what I do. If I'm exploring a map, then you know I'll get a sense for if I think I could see myself putting 150 or so hours on the map, and if I could, then I kind of set it aside and put it in the eventually to be played column. Other maps are gone fairly quick. And everything. So I also find it a lot easier to just do one map, play series on just one map. So the the economy maps here that we're doing in multiplayer kind of give you an opportunity to play other maps you might not normally play in single player. Hey, country girl, what's up? Turn on the headlights. Roy's got lots of kids. Telling me the other day. Probably doesn't remember telling me, but I think he's got like 5. Oh, let's see here. Your mod that will hold the bale rolls for silage up front of the tractor. Yeah, I think I've seen 3-point hitch bale holders, and obviously you could put them on the front if your tractor had a front 3-point hitch. There may be some in the in-game mod hub. You can't really look at the moment. He's got what was that? 2, 4, 7, 9, 12. So that's 5, 6. He's got 7 kids. Oh my gosh. That is a ton. Any maps stand out that I've looked at recently? I would have to look at my playlist. There isn't any that I can think of at the moment that are super exceptional. I know Gamsting, there's some folks that kind of really love Gamsting, but I think the map has some overall, I think the map may have some issues with it. I was hearing from Virtual Farmer that that the sheep pallets aren't spawning right, so that's something to take note of. So, but beyond that, Gamsting looked really cool. Might have some, like I said, some issues with it. I would really have to go back and look at my playlist. I'm gonna go ahead and pipe out so that we can empty up here. Oh, it's R. Thought it was M. I thought the key was M, but it's R. Ah, well, I'm glad you're enjoying Churn Farm. I've really enjoyed that map quite a bit. How far are you along on your 24-day play? Obviously, this harvester would not have GPS, but in order to interact with chat and everything, then I don't want to have to bother trying to steer. Okay, I think I have seen. I may have seen somebody have like a 3-point hitch pallet fork. Maybe. Again, I don't recall where I had seen it from. Hey, Jackson. Yeah, we're on PC. Those lines. I really did enjoy the Churn Farm. That was, at the time, that was a map that I put the most hours in of any map that I had played to date. In fact, I think it still is a map that has got the most hours that I've played on. Here on a fit. Yeah, more than UMRV. UMRV was yeah, I'm pretty sure it was more hours than UMRV was. Yeah, I don't know how those gauges work. You know, on PC, you pretty much I don't know how you join multiplayer on consoles, but I think the way it works is someone has to host. But on PC, there could be dedicated game servers that you connect to, and that's what we're on now. We're on someone's dedicated game server. And when we are doing our Germantown, we are on a dedicated game server that I pay for. Then there are some open servers that people just get in and play on, but they're kind of hit or miss as far as if you're going to actually be able to enjoy your gameplay or not. Back to your question about recent maps, I would say Willow Farms for sure, or Willow River. That's it, Willow River for sure. That's a really nice Goldcrest Valley edit. I really don't play too much other than Farm Sim at the moment. I played some I've got American Truck Sim, but I haven't played that too much. Oh yeah, Herman's Ick. I haven't looked at version 2, but I've heard folks talk about it that I know that are playing it. I don't know if you guys have seen this harvester before, but it's got all kinds of really cool animations to it. It's working pretty good. Oh wait, he's not in anymore. Roy's got some, sometimes he's got internet lag. So he's doing a pretty good job unloading on the move. Yeah, I tried to reshade stuff out, and I didn't keep it, basically because of the fact that when I do map videos, I wanted to be sure that the map looked how it should. To just default, you know, average, normal, high settings. One thing I didn't like about it was it kept making my the upper clock HUD and the lower right HUD blurry. There was a way to toggle it so that it wasn't blurry, but when I did that, then I think I was basically turning it off. Well, you'll probably like Emerald Coast, Joe, when it comes out. I don't know if you were in stream when I was talking a little bit earlier about it was probably very close to being uploaded to FS UK. CCS 101 is known for putting lots of detail in his maps, so yeah, Midtown was fun. That was another map that he did. It was a West Bridge. What's that? Is it West Bridge? Is that the map? That was the Giants map. I always forget I seem to forget the name of that map. Alright. He is almost full. to the edge here and unload the rest. There he is. Oh, that is funny. I'm sure he did. Let's go catch that one little stalk up there. Let's see. You ever wonder what one stalk of sunflowers will get you? 268. 268. It didn't give us a thing. Alright, let's do this again. Let's cut in 1, 2, 3. Seemed to work out pretty good. I can cab again so it's quieter. Hey, I haven't done a map video for a while other than the one today, because maps that I had found out there that I could track down the actual proper upload to really weren't the greatest, so I kind of just skipped over them. When are you going to get back to streaming, country girl? We just are still harvesting. Rob made a joke. Roy's off up in his sunflowers. Be back here shortly. Let's see, where is he at? He's getting ready to unload. It looks like he's still got his full load. Must be opening up his silo cover. After we do Roy's 2 sunflower fields, we're going to go start and harvest our own corn fields. That's the way it is. Life does get in the way. Yeah, it is pretty long, isn't it? But of course, it's got this giant engine on top. back up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, my job gets in the way of my gaming quite a bit. Lots of nice details, lots of nice battered and weathered textures. This is in the in-game mod hub. There's a smaller one. It's also in the in-game mod hub. Hey Darren, welcome back. Glad you can make it. Be treated to a nice sunset here. Now the clock says we're running at 1x speed, but actually we're running at 1.5. We've got a custom time mod script in that allows us to set the game clock to something other than normal speeds. There's Roy coming back right now. Looked like a moment too soon. We'll be full here. Back up. Yeah, I thought it would be fun. I requested that this harvester be brought in because I wanted to play with it. It's got lots of crazy whack details. I don't know if y'all can see, but the feed chains between each of the cones are actually animated. On the grain header, it actually has an animated sickle bar on the bottom, the cutter bar on the bottom. Yeah, here he's coming. It is an awesome sunset. Look at that. Oh, I don't have that in. Alright, I'll print screen that thing. And save this screenshot. There's a, oh yeah, the map I did today has lots of cool production in it. Just a little worried about the, some of the, the M Company stuff not popping up. A little worried there might be some hidden issues in there that you really don't uncover until you kind of get kind of far into the gameplay. Hi, have a good evening there, country girl. I know all about 6 a.m. coming early. That's about when I'm trying to get up, and probably got another good hour and a half, maybe 2 hours before I'm going to hit the hay. Swing wide, but we don't want to run into the... ski fence to deal with. go. And we're off. So, I remember we played that Italian map. I had the grain header on. And oh my goodness. I was harvesting at like 2 miles an hour. With wheat. That was awful. It seems that the sunflowers here, though, it's going in quite nicely at 5 miles an hour. That's manageable. Just trying to unload. Oh, sitting there. I hadn't been in since the colors changed. I think we only got today's the last day of mid-autumn. Then we've got just 9 more days of late autumn before we hit winter here on the map. The plan is to play 1 more year on this map before we cycle over to a different one. Yeah, some of the guys were having problems with the field growth on a couple of the fields. Their crops didn't seem to want to grow. But the same crop on other fields grew just fine. So the decision was made to kind of to look for another map. And several maps were suggested, and then this one was settled upon as a good map for the series that would have lots of good areas for farms to be set up. I'm very happy with the little farm that I've got. It's got the bale sell point up there by field 47 and 48. It's got 2 small sheds and a house and a barn. The barn is the bale sell point. That's just perfect for the amount of equipment that I've got. Some folks may be like, oh, it's not enough room for all my equipment, but I'm looking to I'm just looking to play with just a few little bits of equipment and everything. So Roy's got to put his younger ones off to bed. We're going to unload here, and then we're going to run over to field 14. That's the other field of his that's got sunflowers in it. Alright. It's going to take us a while to get over there, so just go ahead and get started. He'll catch up probably. Well, Mervin, how fast is the clock running? You know, I run the clock at I usually run the clock at something other than 1x. For pretty much most of the gameplay. And also it comes down to number of fields. Maybe you don't have enough fields. Lots of maps start you out with just a few fields, and really you need more to keep yourself busy. Or maybe the size of your equipment. You know, if you've got like a 15-meter plow, then maybe drop it back to a 10-meter plow or cultivator. Got a 12-meter seeder, put it back to like a 6 and everything, and just kind of pace, you know. So with seasons, what's nice is as long as you're done seeding the field before you jump to the next transition. So that would be where you go, you know, going from early to mid or mid to late, or late to mid or late to early. Then your your field won't grow. So you could plant a field, like you could plant this field over here. It could take 2 game days to plant that field, as long as both game days were in, let's say, mid-spring. And when it transitioned to late spring, you would have normal growth on the whole field. But if you planted it, part of the field in mid-spring, and the other part of the field you waited till late spring, then you're probably going to have partial growth. You're going to have different growth stages. Oh, here comes Roy. So it looks like I don't know where his field is. Go. I'll catch up to chat once we get over the field. You know, on 15X, your game day goes by in about an hour and 15 minutes. Of real life time. So whatever you can get done in about an hour is equivalent to a full game day of in game. Interesting field with some sunflowers way down at the let's get squared up on that. There we go. How many fields do you have there, Mervin, and what map is it? Okay. I saw his field was by the shop, but I didn't know how to access it. Gonna cut across here and kind of open it up a little bit. Now I find, I guess we should go ahead and pull out. And turn. So we're not going to miss that pole. Willow River, okay. Willow River's got some pretty good fields, so. But it may be that your equipment's too big. If you're playing 6 days, you know, it's either too big, or your clock's too slow, or a combination of both. This is the booger of a field. Sure. There is not a lot of space between the field and that fence. Head on this way. Open this thing up a bit. There you go. There's the author of Willow River right there. Yeah, it takes what? It takes about 9 days for those apples to produce to 100%. So you basically get 3 apple crates a year. Or spring, summer, and autumn, and then obviously it wouldn't look right to have apples in winter. I did Willow when I was doing Willow River for testing. But I played a lot of that at 1x simply because I was trying to do all the fields. That's another reason why you're running out of things to do. You're just chewing through those fields so quick. If you scaled it back to like 6 and 8 meter stuff, so things would take twice as long in theory, and probably would find yourself with just about enough to do. About the time you were done doing everything you needed to do for spring, spring was over. Yeah, I used the cultivator that came with it originally for a little bit of time, and then I went to a 10-meter one. No, I used a 10-meter plow, didn't I? Yeah, that too. If you're doing hired helpers a lot, and you're running out of things to do, then I would suggest trying it without a hired helper, and just doing everything yourself, or with minimal hired helpers. Oh, that shadow looked really weird with that windmill. Oh, it's an interesting horn. This is one weird shaped field. That is for sure. MR does make these things unload slow, which is fine. Oh, there's one of our BGA grass or cornfields. That ought to be done pretty soon. Oh, we're gonna be careful not to take that guy's roof off. Yeah, I saw that. Used to be a grass field. And the guy's building there. He plowed this thing up. He plowed it tight. Might not be able to get under that. Oh, it's getting dark. We're going to be harvesting our corn in the dark. Just a little bit back there. So helps when you have signs that let you drive right through them. So we're doing 21-day seasons on a multiplayer map, and we're playing it at 1x speed, so there's some phantom sunflowers here. So each seasonal transition takes 7 real-life days. So we had some guys that got really big equipment, and they were done their stuff in like 3 days, and like, okay, I'm done. And it's like, well, all right. Now there's only 19 more days left until it's summertime. It's like, you know, could have got smaller stuff, saved your money, and at the same time had stuff to do for, you know, a lot longer. Missed a little bit. More phantoms. All right, so I think we've kind of squared off most of the field. I'll have to come back and get that. That's where we were kind of free-forming it. like how the lights are rigged up for this. They've got a, let's turn on all the lights. There we go. They're aimed down at the crop. They're not too far ahead. See exactly where you're going. Very nicely lit up. You can see when we're not doing a full header width, we're actually able to harvest at 7 miles an hour. When we're going through the full header width of crop, we're reduced to 5. I'll be interested to see how quick we can harvest that corn. I think corn yields at a better rate than sunflowers, so we may be throttled bit more with our corn. Side a little bit. It. Wheels are sharp. Now we're doing a whole header. We're only going 5 miles an hour. Now we're going up a little hill here, so that's why we're dragged down. Not too much left of this field. Takes longer to get her opened up real good. Back here, and we'll pick up this row. I'm sure there's some stragglers we're going to pick up. Get the pipe out for Roy. Turn around. Come back the other way with the pipe out, and he'll be able to unload. Yeah, it got dark. We're running at 1.5 speed. When I got on the map, I think I was running. Hey, Greg, thanks for the sub. I think it was like 5 o'clock when I got on the map. Maybe it was 6-ish. We'll just let them unload there. There we go. So I saw that website that you linked in Discord, GTX. It looked like that also has a web component, like a turn that off. Like you would register your multiplayer server with some web component. Obviously that's closed at the moment, not open to the public. Grab these stragglers. There we go, that's better. Well, right, it'd be interesting to see kind of what that brings. Right now, on this map in Germantown, I'm hosting a fairly simple web page. It shows the map, shows the forecast, and the temperature and all of that, and kind of shows where all the equipment is and who's on the map and stuff. It seemed like the web component did a bit more than that. Right. What are we running into? Oh, it's bottoming out. Our header. That's all we were doing. Goes right by Roy's farm. forecast. Got rain in 2 days. Oh my gosh, we got snow on Sunday and autumn. Got some cold temperatures coming up toward the end of autumn there. Might bode for a snowy winter. Hey, I'm watching, I don't know if y'all are watching, have seen it, but I've been watching Mr. Sealy P's videos where he's playing this on console. And on his valley, the old farm, he's in like midsummer, and there's still piles of snow scattered around. Tomorrow should be late autumn. So if the crops are going to come, going to be ready tomorrow. A little bit. Oh. Looks like we got just 2 passes to go. Then we'll have this done. I see Roy down there, the other side of the field. Nice beep when we're at 80%. Move into, oh, intercept. There we go. Load. real good job there. I think he was doing that all in cab. Kind of a ragged field here. What's that little bit that's back there? Alright. Worried about it. Head on back to our farm. See if we can't get a little bit of stuff done before it gets too dark. Oh, it's because I typed. Short little drive back to our farm now. Back to our farm, I'll mark in the spreadsheet that this job is done. I guess for some of you folks, it may already be Friday. I'm eager for Friday to come. Oh, 718. Thought we agreed on just 1250. Let's turn in here. Type here. Here to our spreadsheet. Mark this. Now look at that. It's one, but you know what? That means Monday comes early for you too. It works both ways. Works both ways. We're not going to tackle 41. We're going to see if we can't maybe hammer out 43 here. Then we'll come back and do 41. Might do 41 itself. And let's see how fast we can get this done. Oh, like I said, I thought this was going to go slower. I see it. This saw our total jump up from 670,000 to 673. Turn that back on. Go. Lock that in there. Look at that. We're going a whopping 3 miles an hour through our corn. MR, what a lovely mod you are. Make us go so slow. Oh, it's do you really want to get plowed and 3 layers of fertilization if you're only going to go through a field at 3 miles an hour? I see this map has chopped straw for corn on it also. I didn't see that in too many maps until I played Churn Farm. That's the first time I saw chopped straw for corn. But we're definitely getting more yield out of this corn than we were out of those sunflowers. We're going to be over 50% before we even get to the end of one row. Kept hitting the wrong buttons there, trying to catch what was said in chat, in game. Kiwi, every country cheats. It's just if you get caught. Go. You know, we could do. We could hire a helper. See if they drive faster. If I type, it'll be slower. Alright, no problem there, Roy. I can never get into golf. Never hit the ball straight. I always wanted to boomerang back. I had the boomerang shot. Get our trailer. Gives the best what do you mean? Like how to install it? Or what it is? Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, I guess the Seasons folks give a pretty good explanation of how to install it in their wiki. I haven't really watched too many videos to see how to install it. No. It's like fluorescent green. Look at this. Let's look at this cool header while we're waiting for it to unload. See the feeder chains there are animated. There's something even under there that's animated. Feeder chains into the harvester are animated. Pulleys there. Oh, now I'm up here. Got belts on the engine are animated. Pretty cool stuff. Hey Riley, what's up? This is going to take forever. I think next time I'm not going to 3-stage fertilize it. I'm just going to get it to 2 stages. Sacrifice some yield for speed. While I was playing yesterday's Emerald Coast, yes, it definitely does. Except it's really called a rain mask for Emerald Coast because it won't snow in Florida. It's too darn hot. Pretty sure I was playing Emerald Coast yesterday, wasn't I? Hey, did you see my message, Kiwi, about how I can predict how many animals a pasture will support? I didn't even think about it until this morning. Yes, it's built in. What we call the Floridian Geo. It's hot and wet. When I do a 12-day seasons play on that thing, I would not be surprised if it didn't rain every other day. Hey, Lone Wolf. No, you don't have to use the tablet. You kind of have to use it on these multiplayers that I'm doing, which are money-based, economy-based. So that's the only way that you can assign equipment to yourself and pay people and things. And collect money when you sell things. But in normal gameplay, you don't have to use it. And soon, from what I understand, the MP management app will be updated to where it doesn't use the tablet. But for the most part, the tablet is just another useful way of getting the same information from the escape screen. Now there are some apps like the factory script app that really does add functionality in that you can see where the factory is on the map. You can see what the inputs are and everything. There's a nice storage app that will let you see what's in your silos, and if you have multiple silos, where the particular grain is, things. But you don't have to use it. Are you sure it is related to the tablet, or just maybe Autumn Oaks has seed and fertilizer costing double of what you're expecting it to cost? Because the map author can put in custom prices for seed and fertilizer. So it could be that just seed and fertilizer costs more than you expect on Autumn Oaks. Look how nice this thing lights up at night. sitting at 24%, so we can hold 4 unloads. Gotta have our engine running to unload. Hey, Roy. Welcome into chat. Roy was on the game and now he's in chat. So Roy, we're back to 3 mile an hour harvesting our corn. I don't know if you've seen how wonderfully fast we are. Seriously thinking about only doing 2 stages of fertilization next year, just so I can harvest the corn a little faster. I figured why not stream. For some reason these crazy people want to watch. So might as well. I don't think I'm going to stream when I do field 41. It's just too big. I think it's probably going to take me like 4 hours to do that field. I think Sim Station was seeing the same problems there, Keith Cat. Well, John, you can watch whatever you want. I won't mind. I might need to see who else, I might need to recruit somebody else to help harvest that one. This one's painful enough. Got about another 15 minutes going on and then we'll turn her off. Oh, who's that? Aiden's coming in. Roy knows the guy that's got a harvester with a corn header on it. Who willing to help out? The SOB one might move quicker, but it's like 2 rows. You would have to move a whole lot quicker to be worth it faster. I'm gonna put something in the spreadsheet and put something on the in Discord. I'd be all evening doing this on that field. Then I'm gonna sell this corn to DoughBoy. I had contracted the corn to the pig farm back when the bank owed it. Still going to need the corn. Actually, the way the contract works, I think it's a fixed rate by the 1,000 liter or 10,000 liter of harvest. No, it's been 1 hour and 49 minutes. Whoa, back up. I think it might be like $100 per 10,000 liters or something. So what I find interesting is the maps that put things like windrowed straw down. When you open the map, there's some fields that have windrowed straw. That was on Sussex. Or heaps of straw. Or there was a map that I looked at that had a pile of manure out in the middle of nowhere where you could scoop it up and use it for fertilizer. That map also had silage already in the bunkers, ready to rock and roll. What we're going to do is we're going to fill up this one more time, and then dump our cart. And we'll call it. Oh, I'll be getting up at like 5:36. So You get old, you need more sleep. It's the left blinker, hazards, right blinker. So we got one light that does all the blinkers. That's interesting. Blue light does lights. What the other two lights do? Yeah, I don't know what else they got planned for it. It's not me that's driving like an old man. It is MR. Oh, yeah. Darren might know. He does maps. But the concern is, obviously, that the crops that are planted, we don't want them to get lost, right? Uh-oh. You know what? I don't understand. I don't really understand why you would release a map if you planned on expanding it. If you didn't plan on that being your last, you know, your last iteration. Simply because I really don't like restarting maps. So I wouldn't really want to be playing a map that I knew was probably going to be getting changed again. Yeah. Let's see here. Almost done. Round. Empty our harvester. Yeah, that would be a bit of a challenge, I'm sure. Might as well stay in here so we can turn the harvester off. Alright, take you later there, Mervin. Like I said, I'm going to be done here momentarily myself. I was going to go somewhere else and not go somewhere else. I was going to do something else tonight, but Roy said his sunflowers were ready and my corn was ready, so I figured, well, need to come in and fertilize those fields anyway of grass, so might as well do it over here and get some harvest done. Right on the front. Creeping. Right. I shut the lid on the silo, didn't I? And our first of many loads. Got 21,000 liters of sunflowers off of both of those fields. And we're not anywhere as close to done. And we got 17,000 liters of Alright guys, well I want to thank you all for coming out and watching. We're going to sign off here. Tractor out of the way in case someone wants to come up and sell hay bales. And don't know if I'll be streaming the next time we're on here harvesting corn or not. Maybe it depends on if we get somebody to help us out. Yeah, what Roy's looking to do is do a map edit on the map here over winter. And then, obviously, when he adds some buildings and some things, there's grass already on the field, or on the ground, then the grass will be in the building. We don't want to start a new save game. Just trying to figure out how to get rid of the grass after putting a building down in GE. Alright guys, so until next time, happy farming.